Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody watching this video. My name is Christopher Dunham. I'm in recovery right now. I'm getting my life together after going through child and sexual abuse as a child. I was given alcohol and taken advantage of when I was 11 years old. It led to alcoholism and drug use. Then after the molestation stopped, I began to have to support my habit, and I got into the lifestyle. So I started selling drugs, I started carrying guns, I got involved in gangs at a young age. I went to jail for the first time at 12. From 12 to 41, I've done over 10 years in prison. I've been to adult prison 4 times. I've been to juvenile jail several times. I've been to adult jail, so many I can't count. I have been in probably over 60 treatment centers. I've been in 45 in the last 3 years since I started getting clean. I was addicted to alcohol, then it was marijuana, ecstasy, acid, and cocaine, selling cocaine. Then after I got out of prison, meth had came in the scene, so I started selling pain pills, Lortabs, started selling Oxycontins, Roxycontins, and I began taking painkillers. Then I began shooting painkillers with a needle. Then I moved on to heroin. After heroin and 3 more stints in prison and being homeless and selling drugs, I eventually wanted to get off and started getting into meth. In the height of my meth addiction, or the lowest of my meth addiction, should I say. I found my mother dead. I then got on fentanyl to try to kill myself. I gave up on life. I gave up a successful business. I lost my son, my mother, my family. I ended up homeless. I lost my girlfriend, my dog. I lost my mind. I stopped showering, shaving, brushing my teeth, and I completely just lost all sense of wanting to be here. But I've always believed in God, and even though a lot of times in my life I did not practice my faith, I've always known, out of all the darkest moments of my life, that God has always been there to pull me out. So we're getting close to Easter, and what I want to shed some light on is Jesus' last days, hours before his crucifixion. And Passion of Christ did a really good job at showing you the physical pain and anguish that Jesus went through. But Jesus didn't just go through physical pain. He went through psychological pain, mental pain, emotional pain, spiritual pain. So I want to really dive into this for Easter. And, I don't want people to just, there's a lot of things that happen and people are like, oh yeah, I believe in God. I know Jesus died on the cross for my sins. But do you really know what that meant? Oh yeah, he got nailed to the cross. That's horrible. It's so much deeper than that. And now I'm going to explain to it. When Jesus went to his Last Supper, Jesus had already knew that this was his final hours. When he went to the Last Supper and he is explaining everything to his disciples, Jesus already knows when he goes to this last dinner, and he maintains composure. He's a sinless man. He has never sinned. He's performed miracles. He had came and his own people were trying to betray him and kill him. And, he has the 12 disciples, and they have seen miracles and wonders. He has done so many things that you should not doubt his love and who he is. Yet, just like God in the Old Testament with the Israelites, no matter how many miracles they saw and he performed, they still had doubt, and they still had fear and of the unknown, and they didn't always understand what exactly he was saying. Just like when Jesus breaks the bread and says, I'm breaking this is my flesh, and then he gives them the wine, and this is my blood. But when he breaks the bread symbolizes his body. So when Jesus takes the bread and breaks it, that is his body. He broke his body, and we're going to get into that. So imagine Jesus, he's going to the Last Supper. Now he knows at the Last Supper that Judas is going to betray him and has already sold him out and is going to give him over. Someone who he has been very close with, side by side with, he knows